Hello, church. On this week's devotion, I'd like to talk about Paul's letter to Philemon. Now, the book of Philemon is the shortest book in the Holy Scriptures. It's only one chapter long, and it consists of approximately 335 words in the Greek text. Now, Paul is in prison during this time that he's writing this letter. In this letter, you have three main characters. You have the Apostle Paul, Philemon, and a man by the name of Onesimus. In this letter, Paul is writing Philemon. Philemon is a wealthy Christian leader in the church of Colossians. He also happens to be a slave owner, and one of his slaves is Onesimus. Now, at some point, Onesimus fled his imprisonment as a slave, and he is in prison right now with Paul. Paul has a dilemma. Onesimus is about to be released, and so he's writing a letter to Philemon in regards to Onesimus. Now, during his time in prison with Paul, Onesimus had a transformation. He became a blessing towards Paul and became a brother in the faith. Now, Paul does have a dilemma. Does he demand that Philemon release Onesimus from slavery? Or does he appeal to him in a different way? And what about Onesimus? Does he voluntarily go back to Philemon as a slave, not knowing what fate awaits him? Or does he decide to live free, escaping Roman law as a runaway fugitive? And then you have Philemon. What about him? Does he, in accordance with the law, as a slave owner, decide to mete out punishment to Onesimus any way he sees fit? Or does he forgive Onesimus and brings him back, not as a bondservant, but as a brother in the Lord? Paul's letter to Philemon is a heartfelt letter. He thanks God for Philemon's love and faith. And in this letter, he's also talking to Philemon in regards to how much of a blessing that Onesimus is. In fact, he even offers to pay any of the debt incurred by Onesimus to Philemon. And even suggests that Philemon returns him back to Paul to serve in the ministry. You see, each man had to do what was right in the eyes of God. And so I ask you, church, throughout this week, as we all live our daily lives, will you do what is right? In the way you treat your parents, your spouse, your children, your coworker or supervisor at work, the individual that cuts you off on the highway, or the waiter that's slow to serve you at a restaurant. Do what is right in the eyes of God, so that man may see your fruits and give God the praise. Thank you, and God bless.